Yeah, shalom, 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 Yasharahla. I just want to finish up with the northern tribe. Some points I want to bring out. Basically, it's nothing too heavy, but I guess for some it is, because it's still a shock to some people. But it is what it is. Kwam Yasharahla, Yasharahla. Kwam Yasharahla. Children of Yasharahla, the remnant Yasharahla. Those that have ears to ear, and those that have ears to ear, let them hear the words of Yahweh, meaning understand the words of Yahweh. All praise to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. I just want to start off with Jeremiah. And I think I want to go to Jeremiah 50, right? Jeremiah 50th chapter. And I think about, I'm going to bring out some points with the southern tribe, showing you that there was a difference with the two southern and northern tribes of prophecy. Right? So Jeremiah 50th chapter, I'm going to start there. And we're going to start at the 17th verse. It reads, Israel is a scattered sheep. The lions have driven him away. First the king of Assyria, first the king of Assyria have devoured him. And last Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, have broken his bones. Showing you the different captivities. Who came after who? So after the Assyrians came what? The Babylonian captivity. Right? So 18th verse. Therefore thus saith Yahweh, out of one of hosts, the power of Yasharahla, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land as I have punished the king of Assyria. Right? 19th verse. And I will bring Yasharahla again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead. See, Mount Ephraim and Gilead is in the land of Israel. All right, from there, let's go to Ezekiel. Right, let's go to Ezekiel real quick. Might have to hold that one for a second, or I'll come back. I don't know. But anyway, let's go to Ezekiel 28 chapter. Ezekiel 28 chapter. And the 25th verse. Thus saith Yahweh, out of one. Thus saith Yahweh, out of one, the power. When I shall have gathered the house of Yasharahla from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them, in the sight of the heathen, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Yaquab, which is Jacob. Right? From there, I want to go to, let's see. That was some point I want to bring out the northern tribe. And then, matter of fact, there's one in the Apocrypha I want to bring out too. Let's go to Tobit. Should have had that closer. But Tobit, 3rd chapter. Tobit, 3rd chapter. No, not 3rd, Salakia. Tobit, 13th chapter. Let's see, let me get it too. Tobit. This is going to be short and brief too. Tobit, it's the same thing. Tobit, 13th chapter. It's somewhere behind, it's right before I think you get to the Maccabees. It's before, okay, it's before Baruch. Let's see. Hold on, give me a second. Tobit. Oh, hey, I just passed. It's after H.I.S. Or is it Judah? Yeah, it's after H.I.S. Yeah, it's after H.I.S. 13th chapter. October 13th chapter, and I think we start at the 3rd verse. It says, "Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Yasharahla, for he hath scattered us among them." Yeah. Now that's showing you two. I'm gonna show you that it's talking about two different areas. And there's a difference, because we're going to go into the southern tribe a little, because there was a difference in the prophecy when you read that. Right? So I read Jeremiah 50 and 17, and it was something I wanted to bring out about that. Oh yeah, I think we could go into First Chronicles. Yeah, I might as well go ahead and wrap that up and go into the southern tribe. Yeah, because I'm going to show you a difference. First Chronicles. Now, before I go there, let me go read, I think it was Jeremiah. We're still going to First Chronicles, but I'm going to read something before we go there. Jeremiah 31. Right, I'm going to read Jeremiah 31 and 10. It says, 10th verse says, "Hear the word of Yahweh, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off. And say, he that scattereth Yasharahla will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doeth his flock. For Yahweh hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that is stronger than he." Might come back to that, but let's go to because I don't want to confuse you. But let's go to I want to bring out a point before I forget. Let's go to First Chronicles real quick. I should have brought this out in the first part, but this is a brief summarization anyway, and I'm gonna leave some more maps up there too. First Chronicles. I called it First Chronicles 5. Let's go to First Chronicles 5, 5th chapter. This is very important. This should, like I said, this should have been brought out in the first part, but there's a reason for everything, because it's probably take y'all some time to digest going through them scriptures. Those that had wisdom, okay, those that don't were just stubborn and set in the tradition of men. And he ain't probably going to be like that till Hamashiach Yahweh come. It is what it is. But the scriptures say, prove all things. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going through scriptures. I'm going through history. First Chronicles 5, 5th chapter, and it reads the 26th verse. And this is the point I want to bring out too. And Yahweh, the power of Yasharahla stirred up the spirit of Paul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tilgath-Paneser, king of Assyria. Because remember, Assyria had a civil war. And this is the second set of kings, you know, that's been since they was ruling. This is the second set, because their kingdom was split before they fell. So I'm going to read that part again. It says, "And the power of Yasharahla stirred up the spirit of Paul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tilgath-Paneser, king of Assyria, and he carried them away, even the Reubenites." Who he carried away? The northern tribes. Even the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half of the tribe of Manasseh, and brought them unto Halah, harbor, and Hara, and to the river of Gozan, unto this day. And that what proves that the northern tribes are still there, man. Still in that land. Like I said, I'm going to leave some maps, either at the beginning or the end. Right? So it's showing you that the northern tribes will be there according to Scripture. Not according to the way I think, but according to Scripture. Y'all have to go over these scriptures and get them in your spirit, man, because the scripture is true. Every man is a lie. The scripture says, let the Most High be true and every man a lie. Who's telling the story? The Most High Yahweh. He's telling the story. So he said this happened. That's the way it happened. The prophets are correct. So the northern tribes are still there unto this day, as it says in 1 Chronicles, 5th chapter, and the 26th verse. Write it in your notes. So, and that's why I read that way. Was the second set of kings. That's why you hear two different kings mentioned. Unlike when you hear in the first part of 1 Kings, 2 Kings 17th chapter. Those was two different because it's showing you this how long they ruled and they had another set of kings that took their place. Okay, for you to understand. But in the 26th verse it says, they shall be there unto this day. 1 Chronicles 5 and 26. Okay? So from there, I want to make a point too. We're going to bring up the southern tribes. And this also proved that this only fit the southern tribes. Okay? Because this was the tribe that was scattered in the four corners of the earth. No other tribe was done that to. When you read about the northern tribe, they were scattered where? Amongst, in that land. Among the different captivities, under different nations. That's why I read that way in Hosea 11 chapter. Okay, and I think it's the 10th verse. Hosea 11 and 11. Okay, you can't get around this, man. And I'm going to prove what I just said, that the southern tribes were scattered in the four corners of the earth. Where's that at? Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. The book of Isaiah. And it's the 11th chapter. A lot of people read this many times and just like went over your head. But now it's time to go back and study. Isaiah 11 chapter. Okay. Isaiah 11 chapter. Where it says that at? How you prove that? Isaiah 11 chapter and a 12th verse. It says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Can't get around that. It was the southern tribes that were scattered in the four corners of the earth. Plain and simple, man. I didn't add anything. I didn't say nothing. I just showed you right there. He said in the 12th verse, Isaiah 11 chapter and the 12th verse says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Yasharahla, and gather together the dispersed of Yahweh from the four corners of the earth. So it was the southern tribes that were scattered in the four corners of the earth. Judah, Benjamin, and some of Levi. But mainly Judah and Benjamin. But you had some of Levi in there too. Okay? Can't get around that. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and read the 13th verse. It says, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not vex, Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Showing you why. Because most of the northern tribes are in the land of Ham. Ham and Shem, because it ain't just Ham, it's Ham and Shem. Right? Is in those lands. Right? And then you have, of course, Judah and Benjamin is spread, and Judah, Benjamin, Levi is spread everywhere. Especially Judah. So that's explaining that as far as the southern tribes. He said, but Judah was scattered everywhere. And I got some videos I'm going to leave near the end going to prove that. You got Jake in China. You got Jake in the land. Well, I'm sure the ones were in China. I'm going to try to find some more when we're in the other land. But it's no land that we're not in. And another point I want to bring out. I'm going to read from this a page from this book. I remember recommending this to a brother online on Facebook. I don't know if you can see it right, but I'll read it. It says, when Montezuma met Cortez, and I'm going to read an outtake showing you who's in our lands that Judah was spread in all four corners of the earth. The scripture is true and every man is a liar. I'm going to read from the first page, first chapter. It says, of this book. It says, imagine seeing the Tenochtitlan from the rest for the first time. He's talking about an area in Central America. He said, imagine how they must have felt for those few hundred Spaniards and their African slaves. Now, when they say, they wasn't African, those was Hebrews. Esau put that on there. But the Spaniards had Negro slaves, for you to understand. Judite slaves, for you to understand. Okay? So come on. That's who went up in Central and South America. So y'all can kill that whole lie of the 12 sons of Jacob. Just kill it and let it rest, man. Let the Most High be true and every man a liar. And I just read in Isaiah 11, chapter and the 12th verse. I'm going to read it again. He said, he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. And those are that's the southern tribe, Judah and Benjamin, and some of Levi. And I'm going to try to find that picture where Chicago was named after a Levite. How about that? So you can't get around that, man. It's them southern tribes that were scattered in the four corners of the earth. Okay? Can't get around it. So that's the only ones that were scattered in the four corners of the earth. Not no other tribes, bro. Unless they came and traveled on their own. But nah. Only Judah. Only Judah. Only Judah is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That's who you're going to find. That's who you're going to find that did anything in America. It was a bunch of Judah, Benjamin, and Levites. See, you can't get around it, man. It is what it is. So that's Isaiah 11 and 12. 11 chapter and the 12th verse. So I'm going to bring out some more points with Judah. Let's see. Yeah, let's read some of the history. Let's read some of the history, as far as like what happened. But who was there? Let's go to Joel, because somebody tried to clown me, but I ain't gonna name no names. It is what it is. I'm bigger than that. How about that? I'm a better person. That's how they say it. Better person, man. I ain't gonna stoop that low. I'm not that thirsty to prove a point. Let's go to Joel 3 and 3. Let's go to Joel 3 and 3. What does this talk about? Let's read. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Who did this? The Arabs and Africans. Let's read the 4th verse. Yea, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? So it named two nations right there. Tyre and Zidon were so-called African nations. And all the coast of Palestine is talking about that damn Arab. Will ye render me a recompense? If ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of, let me read that again. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. He said, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for Yahweh has spoken it. Right? So in the 6th verse, I'm going to read that again. The 6th verse. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. So when did that happen? 6th verse. That happened during the time of the British. They went to the west part of so-called Africa and gathered us, and then the Africans sold us to the so-called British white man. Okay? And that's how we bordered them shit. And they removed us far from our borders. So that was Judah. Can't get around that, man. Can't get around it. So, what's some other points I wanted to bring out? Let's see. I think that's pretty much the point I wanted to bring out. And we can go into Luke 21:21, just for edification purposes. Luke 21:21. We're going to start at the 20th verse. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And that happened during the time of the Romans. So we're showing you different times. So I went back a little, but that was during the time of the Romans, when the last tribes was there. They fled up into the broad parts of Africa, the mountains of Africa, further in. But just showing you, bringing out a point. I wanted to bring out Joel because that was necessary. I'm just trying to cover my bases as far as the northern tribe. Let's go to, I don't know if I read it yet. I might have to go back to it. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. I think I read that. Jeremiah 31 and 10. And I'm going to read Chronicles probably one more time. Jeremiah 31. Jeremiah 31 and Jeremiah 31. And I said 10, right? It says, hear the word of Yahweh, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, he that scattered Yasharahla will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doeth his flock. For Yahweh have redeemed and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Yeah, he the one who brought us out each of those captivities. He's going to do it again in the last days. Okay? Now it came back to why I'm in Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 16 and 16. I think it's 16. Jeremiah 16 chapter. Let's read that. Let me start at the 14th verse. Jeremiah 16 and 14. He said, therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, and that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Yasharahla out of the land of Egypt. Right? That's referring to the first captivity. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Yasharahla from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. So it's showing you what? He's going to bring out those tribes that were scattered, the southern tribes particularly, but all the tribes that where we were scattered in those other lands, because it was only Judah. We showed you in Isaiah 11 and 12 that was Judah, southern tribes that were scattered in the four corners of the earth. Right? So here it said He's going to deliver you in the 15th verse. But Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Yasharahla from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Right? So it's showing you. That's going to be for those southern tribes that were scattered in the four corners, and that's that. That was Judah. Okay? And with that, I'm going to say Shalom. Till next time, I wanted to keep this brief. I'm going to leave some videos showing you example at the end of this where Judah is in all these different, and particularly in the land of China. I'm trying to find more videos where in the other part of the earth, other lands. And there's other brothers that did documentaries, literally documentaries, that prove this, what I'm saying. That prove where we are like, the southern tribes are scattered everywhere, man. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom. And the land of the north, let's talk about North America in particular. But with that, I'm going to say Shalom. Till next time, have a blessed day and a blessed life, blessed weekend. Shalom.
Satisfied. If I give you hopes of having me, then I lie. I'm not for sale. 你们肠粉我有什么？是那个广东肠粉或者潮汕肠粉？潮汕的。哦，可以来一碗吧，来一碗试一下。黑州老板，一个吸口气。但是阿姨说黑中老板是不是？啊，大家现在我是黑中老板，你知道吧？阿姨来坐，你是不是在这边工作的？黑州老板。来。你看，可以加那个啊，里面有肉是不是啊？也有鸡。哦，也有鸡蛋。对。你们开这个店是多久啊？
我们在这里几年了？
几年？有10年吗？
我们在来不几10年了。
哦，可以。
你来中国多少年了？
我来5年多的。5年不是15年，对。
在哪里住啊？
我是在附近住，地铁口那儿。
哪里？
地铁口那儿。
地铁口。
对，这边地铁口，对。
以后常来啊。
好，感谢。
哎，你个国家都是那个头发这样的？
对，我们头发是这样的。
是啊，漂亮。
对啊。
我们
你有没有看过这样的头发？
没有。
没有吗？你们中国没有？
电头发。
电头发，对。
电的乱的。
啊，我们天生的就是这样。对。
哎，小孩以后那个，你那个小孩也是这样。
也是这样，对。
哇塞。
对。
哎，做老板这个头发是。
人家还这个人家还。
See this man? This one right here. She's so happy to meet me, you know. 你很开心的。
是啊，你会。
好，给他们看一下怎么做那个肠粉，能看一下。哦，这个是我的。哇。Okay, guys, so let's see how it's gonna be. 阿姨很开心啊，我靠！
我看他的头发好笑啊。今天请你吃。今天请你吃，我看你那个头发太可爱。
我试一下。
嗯。 Hello, excuse me, what are you eating?
你讲了呀，不要讲英文喽。
和我说，
安逸的很，讲中文了嘛？
你会讲中文吗？
会讲中文。
我想请问一下，就是贵州有什么好吃的呀？
这是我们贵州的糯米饭。
你们吃糯米饭是吧？
是的嘛，这个是糯米饭。糯米饭安逸的很。Hello。吃的饭不嘛？我贵州的。我那个。我贵州的肯定吃得惯哎。
你说中文吗？你说中文吗？会。好啊。我可以点这个蟹脚和这个红烧牛肉面。
蟹脚
对。
这个。
对。对。
蟹脚红烧牛肉面。
对。
要辣吗？
辣。
就这样。
什么？
就这样吗？
对。
在这里吃还是带走？
带走。
是24块7毛9。
好。
谢谢。
谢谢。
15分钟。
好啊。谢谢。
The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. I sip the Dom P, watching Gandhi till I'm charged and writing in my book of rhymes. All the words past the margin. The whole of mic I'm throbbing. Mechanical movement, understandable smooth shit that murderers move with. The thief's theme. Play me at night, they won't act right. The fiend of hip hop has got me stuck like a crack pipe.
Hey, film. What have you So I'm gonna get my Uber and I'm gonna walk around later around here. I'm gonna get some food.